Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the HermitCraft Feed the Beast server. Yeah guys, we are playing Feed the Beast again today. So, a couple episodes ago, I released a video with the super cheaty power and I got a bunch of complaints because YouTube didn't process it correctly and only went up in 360p, I think. That's kind of a bummer. I was thinking about re-uploading it, but I mean, you guys watched the video, I had a bunch of likes on it and all that stuff, so it kind of feels pointless to upload a second version of it. I mean, it's just one video, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, generally I always go for like high audio quality, high video quality, and unfortunately that was a derp on YouTube's side, so really nothing that I could do, and I didn't realize it. I think that video actually went up 2 hours early because it went up on Daylight Savings Day in the United States. I don't know why it went up 2 hours early. It's just something to do with it was scheduled before Daylight Savings. I don't know, whatever. But you guys seem to like it, and that was some seriously cheaty power there. So, yeah, again, sorry for the low quality on that particular video. Not a lot I can do. I could re-upload it, but like I said, I think that'd be kind of pointless. You guys liked it anyway. So let's see. Last episode, we were working on making the base a little bit of power, hooking up that power and making like a power room for it. So I've done a little bit more with that off camera. But before we jump into that, I was playing just a little bit earlier. I was doing some like, off-camera stuff, just playing like I normally do when I needed to collect a little bit of nether quartz and I had an accident. So let me jump into that footage, show you guys what happened there, and then we will continue on with this episode. See you in a bit, guys. So you guys know in the nether, in Feed the Beast Monster with nether ores enabled, when you mine blocks, there's sometimes a chance for them to explode. Well, if you silk touch them, you don't have that problem. So I was just trying to farm a little bit of nether quartz since I've collected a whole bunch of nether quartz ore from the nether. Yeah. Apparently this stuff will explode in your base after you've mined it, which I didn't know. And yeah, I just blew up a lot of stuff here. I'm not exactly sure what all's gone, but my Miscraft table, my ink mixer blew up. I collected some of these books back. I don't know if I got them all back or not. It's going to be really sad as some of these burned in a fire because there was fire everywhere here too when these things exploded. Oh man, I didn't realize that these things would actually explode in your base. Alright guys, let me clean up the rest of this stuff. I almost feel like I should just silk touch it. The thing is though with these ores, if you hear that hissing sound like they're going to explode, you can mine the block that's going to explode and save it, but I wasn't really expecting that to happen, so I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready to go mine a block. Oh, man. Okay, so do I have any spots? Yeah, I guess I'll stick my Miscraft stuff in here for now. Yeah, I got to go through there, make a new table. Oh, man. I really, really hope I didn't lose any of those Miscraft pages because that would be like hours of work just gone. Okay, guys, let me clean up this mess and I'll be right back. Oh, man, I can't believe my base exploded like that. That's so crazy. I was not expecting that nether ore to explode in the overworld. I thought that was just something that only happened with the natural generation. I guess I was wrong. But as it turns out, it blew up. I think I had 3 deep storage units here. I had one for dirt, cobble, and one for ender pearls. All blown up, all gone. I don't know if the explosion destroyed them or if they just turned into items and then fell into fires because there was fires everywhere. I think all of my Miscraft books were spared. It did blow up my ink mixer, bookbinder, and my unnamed. No, this is actually the writing desk. It blew those up. Luckily, I think all of my notebooks survived except for my direction one, which is not bad because I have most of those pages in the filing cabinet on the other side of the base, so it's not a big deal. I have east, north, and south. I don't think I ever found west. So, yeah, but I was really concerned about some of these ones with the rarer items and the things that we need, like the celestial with the normal stars and all that stuff. Colors survived. Yeah, weather. If we lost no weather, that would have been pretty sad. We have the features, blocks. We got most of these here. and our world generation. So I haven't made a Mistcraft world yet since all that happened, but I think they all survived except for direction. It's gonna be one of those things where I go and make a world, it's like, oh, I'm missing these pages, and then I'll realize that. So, oh man. So I lost my deep storage units, I lost all this stuff, and then I also lost my tank full of ender pearl juice that was up here. I just put a new tank back there to remind me, and I think it also blew up the gold chest that I had here. And also the magma crucible, there we go, and a few wires and things like that. Man, that was kind of a pain. I really did not expect that to happen. Okay, so enough about that. Let's move on. So since last episode, I have installed this Mac. This is the Applied Energistics Molecular Assembler Chamber, and in here you can put in all sorts of patterns to have auto crafting. I've gone over this a lot in the last 2 seasons, but let's just do it real quick. So in here you can, in the pattern encoder, you put a blank pattern up here, and then you can go into NEI and choose any item you want. Like this one, for instance, you can shift right click that question mark. It fills in the pattern here, and you click encode, and then you can stick this guy into your Mac, like so, and then you now have this item available for auto crafting, provided you have all those items that are required. You can take the pattern and shift right click on it to turn it back into a blank pattern, since we really don't want that. Clear button erases all this stuff, so yeah, it's pretty cool. The Mac is made with these assembler containment walls along the edges and down the sides, heat vents on anything that's not a containment wall, and then inside of this unit you need either the crafting CPUs or the pattern providers. And since this is the smallest one possible, there's only room for one pattern provider, so we don't have any CPUs in here, so just one page. Okay, I've hooked up a couple of other stuff here, like the crafting monitor, I think, so I can see what's auto crafting. But yeah, that's just a very basic system here, and this is just running off the one resonant energy cell, which it seems like it's using a lot of power pretty quickly, but remember, that's 50 million. That's gonna take a long time for this guy to drain. Okay, so over here at the power room, I went ahead and I opened up the ceiling and just dug the roof out. I was like, you know what? I don't really want to make this super enclosed, so I did that. I got some glass from Tinker's Construct, put it into the smeltery, and made the clear glass. And then I started messing around with the design of it down here, and I think that looks pretty good. So we got the glowstone in the walls now instead of in the floor. I put in the walkway all the way around, got rid of those torches that are around the corners. I really didn't like the way those looked. And then I inset the stone bricks one block further, and I surrounded it with more of this cobblestone with dent, I think is what that block is called, from Chisel. So we can come down here and actually take a closer look. So yeah, I like the way this is looking. I originally was going to put the stone bricks right here and just kind of break it up with these columns, but then I decided, you know what, I wanted the extra light to light up the walls, and I'd rather just have a regular path down here instead of walking on the glowstone. And this stone right here kind of looks cool with the little frame that's going around the elevator block. It kind of brings more attention to it, so I kind of like the way that turned out. So we got the one side with the steam turbines hooked up, and I have 2 resonant energy cells here that are being powered by the resonant energy conduits, and they're feeding into a Tesseract. Now these things have changed, and I was going to build another one and put it over here, but all my ender pearl juice and my ender pearls themselves were all blown up. Man, that sucks. Okay, so in order to do anything further really with this project, I wanted to get the other side like that, so we need 2 more resonant energy cells and a Tesseract. So we need to go back to the end. We haven't been there for a little while. I need to go farm up some Endermen. Now, what I was saying before, last time I went to the end, since we've upgraded, I think it's happened in 1.0.9 or 1.0.10. I can't remember which version, but one of the versions of Monster, the Endermen starts spawning very, very slowly, and we're having problems getting them to farm these pearls. Let's head over here to the end real quick. So before, when I first came here and I showed this to you guys before, we were getting a bunch of Endermen spawning out there on that platform, but as you can see, there's only like 5 of them out there. There's not that many. I don't know what the deal with that is. Let me get their attention real quick, just kind of poke them with this scythe. This scythe is awesome. I love it. This is the one that's got reinforced, so like unbreaking. It's got sharpness, auto repair. It's got looting 3 on it. It's so good. I should probably upgrade this now that I'm a little bit further along with the Tinker's Construct. I know a little bit more about what to do. But yeah, let's get these guys. We'll just go ahead and kill them and get some more ender pearls. Come on. Get the boss guy here. There we go. The Wimpy, I think that's what it said his name was. Okay, but yeah, we've upgraded, and since we've upgraded and last time I've been to the end, I've noticed that along the places where there are this end stone, randomly there were ender lilies that spawned. So even though there's like water on top of this right here, there was an ender lily in, like, it replaced the water block with the ender lily. And then over here along in the main island, see, there's a Mirage Enderman right here. There's an ender lily right there, and they're just kind of spawning all over the place. There's one there and there. I don't believe those were there originally when we first came to the end. I don't want to go too close to the west, the way I'm facing, because I don't want to get the dragon to get angry. We still haven't fought the dragon, and we kind of pulled him away so we can come over here and farm the pearls without having to deal with him. I think what I want to do, though, is get the dragon fight, just do that. I'll probably get DMAC and Slip and Jassassin, try and get a bunch of us together and just, you know, derp around, kill the dragon. It's always a fun little event. But the reason why I really want to come over here is you can see there's a bunch of Endermen that have spawned, and it's not like they aren't spawning. They are spawning over here. You can see on the mini-map. But if we come over this way, those guys technically should unload, and this should be about the only spawnable spot for these Endermen. But as you can see, it's like not spawning them. And originally we thought that since we had made this whole thing out of cobblestone, that it was the cobblestone that was making it so they wouldn't spawn that often. So we switched it all out with the end stone at the end, or at the far end over here where they are spawning right now. That doesn't seem to make any difference. So I don't know why they're spawning in a lot slower than they used to. There's just, like I said, some change it feels like that happened in Monster 1.0.9 or so. Anyway, let me go and farm some of these Endermen. I need to collect some pearls since we lost all the ones that we had, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I spent a little bit of time here. I've had to create a couple more of those resonant energy cells. I already had one of those redstone cells, so it wasn't too bad to do. And then I had to create the other Tesseract there. So I collected a lot of ender pearls, and I've done a lot of stuff here. I also made these spot loaders down here. If you've never seen these before, they're just like the chunk loaders, except they load the single chunk that they are in. And unfortunately, my power area here, if we hit, is it F9, hit that twice, you can see here this little red line, that's a corner of a chunk boundary. So you can kind of see, if I move over here, there are 4 chunks that my power system goes through. Now I could move it all over, what is that, like 4 blocks or so. So all of this stuff, well actually I guess 2 blocks. So these guys would be in these chunks over here, and then I could shift it over a couple blocks so it's all within one chunk, but we've already made it, it's fine. 4 chunks loaded all the time is not that bad. When the player spawns in, if you don't know this, you load like a 9x9 chunk area just by being online. That's 81 chunks. So 4 chunks really is nothing compared to that. So I think we're going to be fine like that. So our power is going to be always loaded all the time in this dimension. So we can use these Tesseracts now practically anywhere and get that power, which is great. Now I know some people were telling me that, oh, there's Jevin. Hey, Jev. I know some people were telling me that this cheaty power is going to be going away, and that's great. I love cheaty power, but it's obviously a bug that this works. So we'll have to be looking at some other form of power generation soon. But yeah, I really want to use this while it's available. I think it's pretty cool that we can just make power from water. Okay, so the next thing that I need to do is I need to start doing some more quarrying. Now we did the one quarry and we got some stuff and it's pretty cool. We got a lot of good stuff here. Let's see, what do we got? We got, can I see this stuff? How about ingots? Okay, so we got a lot of this stuff. We got iron and copper and silver and lead and all this good stuff. But one quarry really isn't that big. I remember when we were doing Unleashed, like I set up 4 quarries at a time, and then that was enough to get me by for a little while, and then I had to go and set up another quad quarry. So we've only done 1 quarry so far. I want to set up a second one. Probably after we do this next quarry, I will look at doing the quarry plus. Oh, that's right. I still got to craft this other Tesseract. Let's see. Yeah, we'll look at doing the quarry plus stuff. So let's see. A Tesseract. We need silver and bronze. Do I have that stuff? I do. Let's do this real quick. All right. So I got a couple more Tesseracts here. Now, what's great about these Tesseracts, we haven't really covered this since they've updated them. If you look at these guys, get that off my bar, you can see there's a lot of stuff now on the NEI tooltip at the top. If we right-click on this guy, we can see here under configuration that you can do item, fluid, and energy in the same Tesseract on the same channel. That is awesome. You can still set these to private, or you can set them to public access, or it looks like there's a restricted, which I guess you let some friends on somehow. I don't know how to get to this restricted list. I assume there's a way you can do that. I don't know how to do it. But only this way nobody else can mess with your Tesseract. So I got the one channel here for main power. And then we can also set this so it's like receive only, send, receive, or block, so it won't do that, or send only. So I think this one is our energy. So this is going to want to be a receive only. And then we're also going to want to hook this up so we can send items back to our ME system here. Now another thing, I want my ME system loaded, my applied energistic system, all the time so I can send stuff from a quarry back here. So let's hit F9 one more time. And unfortunately, it looks like we are kind of in 2 chunks here. Actually, the Mac is in one chunk, and the AE system is in another one. So that doesn't really matter. So we only need to load 1 chunk to have this going. Let me go get a spot loader real quick. Yeah, you get 10 of these when you craft a chunk loader into the spot loader, so that's great. So let's do this guy right here. Now I think I should be able to just spot load right there. Let me double check this, make sure. Yeah, so that chunk right there should now be loaded with the AE system in it. And what I want to do is get a Tesseract and interface. Yep, I have one of these still. We want the ME interface, and we will stick that, can be pretty much anywhere. I guess we can stick it right there. We'll put a Tesseract on there, or like this, and we will crash the game. Yay! Oh no. Okay, so not sure what happened there. I placed down the Tesseract and I guess I right-clicked on it too quickly. I've seen that before and it'll just disconnect you. Internal server error. Alright, so here we go. Now we're on the Tesseract. So we want to do receive only. And actually, you know what? We could do 2 things here. We could do receive only for items. So let's do, that's fluid item mode. Okay, receive only. So any item that comes through here, let's do, actually, you know, we can send this through main power too. Okay, so any item that goes through the main power channel should go into this ME interface. And then another thing we could do is we could move this resonant energy cell next to the Tesseract, and that will power this guy. Yeah, let's do that. This would be a good way to check out how this works. Actually, let's do it so the face of it is facing towards us. Now, these Tesseracts or these energy cells kind of change. They display how much power is in them, and it only does it on the one side. So whatever side's facing you when you place it, that's like the front. So the back of it is this side right here, which would be facing the ME system. So down is right here, and we would want this blue. Okay, and then this one's going to be orange because that's facing the Tesseract, so that should be filling up. As soon as we change this guy, so let's do energy mode, receive only. No, that's not charging this. Okay, so I don't know why that is. We're on 1 channel, fluid mode, blocked, item mode, receive only, energy mode, receive only. We're not getting, oh, maybe I've done this wrong. Is that gotta be blue? Yes, and then this one's gotta be orange down below. Aha, and that will power our system. Okay, so that was just me derping. There we go. So our main power supply is now powering the Tesseract, which is powering our energy cell here, which is powering the AE system. Great. So if anything ever happens to our power, we will be set on a buffer of power for the AE system for a while. Okay, that's good. Okay, so the next thing, we need to hook up our Quarry to this Tesseract, and let me go do that, and we'll be right back. Alright, so I just set the Quarry down. It should be loading the correct amount of chunks, so we should technically only need one Tesseract to power and to send the items. I've never tried this before, so this is going to be interesting. So we want to receive only on energy. Fluid mode we are going to block, and we are going to send only on items. Hopefully this is going to work. Like I said, I have not tried this before. Now, can I do this? Will it keep this loaded when I set it down? I don't know. So let me set it right there. Okay, it is on that. It should be doing something, right? Energy mode receive only. Owner hypnotized. It's not doing anything. Maybe I should hit this with the wrench. No, something isn't right here. It does not look like it's doing anything. It should be deleting the mushrooms. Maybe the problem is you can't power it from the top. Okay, let me try removing this and setting it like in front of it. Oh, you know what it is? This is going to be a problem. What it is right now is this is sending RF, and the Quarry requires MJ. So what I can do is, this is going to be a little weird. We'll set it just the way it was. Yeah, I forgot about that. And we will just put a little bit of redstone energy conduit right like this, and that should make it work. There we go. The conduit automatically converts the RF to MJ, and that makes everything work. Okay, so now this is set up. This thing should, let me just verify, we have items in send only mode, and once this is done, deleting the mushrooms, the items should just go directly into the Tesseract, which should go to my AE system and directly into my ME network, which is going to be great. So let me wait for that to done, this to get done, the Quarry to be built, and we'll check that out. See you in a bit, guys. Alright, well the Quarry's going, and I am not seeing items spilling out on the ground, so that's a good sign. Yeah, I guess the next thing is just to make sure all the items are going into our EE system. Oh, there's TFC. Hey, DFC? Alright, so let's jump down into the Star Fissure. I really should make like a book to go back to my dimensions. Kind of annoying having to go to World Spawn. And which way are we going? I think it's over here. Yeah, it's kind of annoying having to go to World Spawn and then fly over to my base. No, it's over this way. Yeah, and then I can never remember which way I gotta go. Yeah, I really should make a book that goes right back to my dimension. Whoa, get out of there. Alright, so hopefully we don't have items all over the ground over here and everything is just working as intended. Looks like we're good. Alright, it's drawing some power. Dirt. Yes, our dirt is in fact going up. Okay, so since also we are running on these 4K drives, I should look at, which one is it going into? I don't know. Oh, this one right here. I should look at getting the deep storage units for dirt over here in an export bus or a storage bus, so all the dirt goes directly in there and doesn't fill up these drives. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be my next step. So I got a little bit more stuff to do here. This is not going to be the permanent setup or the permanent spot for the AE system. But for now, it's just easy. So when we come into our age, it's just right here. We can get to our items. And yeah, I might move it over here and make this more like the central portion of the base, since this is where the power is. Like I said, we are going to have to change this in the future. I've heard that they are getting rid of this cheaty power in a future update, so we'll have to figure out something. But I think this is a good spot. Have the general main power for the base in the center, and then have all the infrastructure like AE and probably Miscraft books and things like that nearby. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you did like it, and we'll see you next time.